Good morning, fellow survivalists. Today we are going to be talking about Hal9000's prefab editor, how to get it, um, some of the basics to using it, and also how to build take your in-game buildings that you've built and turn them into prefabs. So to start out, you need to go to the 7 Days to Die forums. So we go to the 7 Days to Die website, which is just 7daystoDie.com. You go to the forums. Go to modding. And you are looking for this thread, mod Hal's land protection and editor integration version 0.1. Here's the profile of our boy Hal9000. Um, Basically, it goes into some of the information on on his editor right here, and you got this the same link. You just click on the same link, and it will start the download for his editor. Um, it is in a zip file. Basically, you're going to extract this zip into wherever you want it, um, either in your 7 Days to Die folder, in your Steam apps, or on your desktop, as Hal suggests. Because he says in here he puts his on his desktop. Then once you've downloaded or unzipped the editor, you need to launch it. And basically the exe looks just like it's got the little HAL icon. First thing that's going to come up is this little menu, and then it's going to want to update. Go ahead and let it update. You're going to want it's going to bring up the settings panel because it doesn't have these set. You're going to have to tell it where your 7 Days to Die folder is. So you just click on over here, go through your system, find your 7 Days to Die folder. For those of you that aren't real sure, through Steam, it'll usually be on your C or alternate drive. But on your C drive, it would normally be under your program files, then Steam, Steam apps, common, and then it would be under here under your common 7 Days to Die. In my case, it's on an auxiliary drive. But here we're pretty much the same boat. Once you get to Steam, it's apps, common, 7 Days to Die, and you tell it OK. Then you're going to want to put in your Steam ID name. Whatever you've got for your Steam name, you put in here. Um, for a lot of this, you can either check this or not check it. If you're just working with a world, your in-game single-player world, you want to make these prefabs and then get rid of everything and start over. This is where you use it. This way it clears out everything around it. Then you hit OK. Then you're going to want to go into your backup manager. As soon as you open this and you click on Navazine, it's going to tell you it doesn't have a settings file. You need to click this Save World Settings button. It will create the settings file that you're looking for, or that the program's looking for. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to have to go into 7 Days to Die and actually create a new world. Open your 7 Days to Die, go to New Game, set all your settings in here, and then hit Start. Now, This will create a world that is actually set up and knows that you have the editor. There's a files that sub files that are created as part of the world in your save settings that are part of the editor that it needs when you go into this next part. Once the game has loaded up, you can basically exit back out of here. Go back into the backup manager. Click on Navazine. Click on your new save. Go down here and click the plus button, and then you type in your Steam ID. Click on yourself, add as admin, and then click Save Player. Now, if you want to be able to claim larger areas, you can change this claim size. If you want to have more than one claim in the world, you can change your max claim numbers also. Okay, once you've done that and you've hit the save, you can close this, close out of that, and go into your world. For those of you who don't know, in the latest incarnation of the game, in order to fly and use creative mode in creative set server, you actually have to enable the DM. So we're going to go over here. Right in here looks good. Give us a few blocks, and we're going to build just a rudimentary little building. One other thing you're going to notice is if you edit the default settings of the editor for claim size, it's going to tell you it's best to use a odd number. And the reason for that is when you do this next step, you're going to want to stand in the very center of whatever you've created, because the editor takes kind of like the keystone blocks. It claims in a radius standing around you. And it goes out in each direction half the distance of what it looked for. So on a 31 block radius, it'll go out 15 blocks in each direction and claim that as your prefab. Yeah, when you're using creative mode, especially for doors, you gotta double check these because they've got top doors and half doors. Okay, so now we've got a little hut, our little walled-in area. We're going to stand in the middle of it, and you're going to type. So to save it, you type BBB. And basically that claims the area 31 blocks square around me, the point I am standing on, and names that save as hut. Now we need to extract our HUT so that we can open it with the editor. And as you see, it now says HUT exported. At this point, we can close 7 Days to Die and open up the editor again. So now that we've exported our little building there, we go into the editor. This time we go into the prefab editor. We click on File, and then Load Export. You go into your 7 Days to Die save directory. Then you got to go to the world you went to that you were working out of. Then you go to the block backup, users, your name, and there's our HUT. Click on that, hit open. Now, when you export, it exports from the sky ceiling to bedrock. So we got to get rid of some of these extra layers. So first thing you're going to want to do is go to prefab, remove layers. We're going to take out 0, okay, now let's see, we got to go, we still got to take out 0 through 16. So as you can see, here we've got our the ground floor of our little hut. Go up high enough so we clear all the surrounding trees. Okay. Now, we've gotten rid of all the terrain underneath our hut. Now we want to get rid of the blocks above our hut. So we're going to do from 10 to 195. So there we go. We just have essentially 10 layers. As you can see, the various blocks around here, it'll tell you down here what all blocks are in each layer. At this layer, all we've got is air and chunks of pine tree. Okay, now once that's done, you're going to want to go to File, Save As, and by default it's going to open your prefab folder. So we're going to tell it ooh, there's already a hut in here. Okay, we're going to call this Hut 2. Okay, so now we close out the editor. Go back into our, and one thing it does is when you enter the coordinates, you're going to enter the coordinates of the southeast corner of your prefab. So we go back to our game. And we're going to clear all of this out. Actually, we built it here, but we're going to put it someplace else. So I want to right over here looks good. So we want a coordinate over here. This field looks good. And basically you just open the console, type LP, get your coordinates where you want to be. One thing to keep in mind, typically if you want to subtract 1 from the center number. Don't worry about the point, the 0.2 or 0.5. Just use the main part of the number. And when you do this, you'll usually want to subtract 1 from this if you built starting on the ground and you want it to actually sit flush. If you're using the ground layer, then this coordinate should be right because we told it to use our feet. So we're gonna one other thing we're gonna want to do is we're gonna go to world. Basically what we did there is we told it to get rid of everything that was on that world. Now we're going to go into our 7 Days to Die folder, which I have a link of mine right here. You're going to go into data. And we've already saved, as you can see, you get your prefab folder. So we've already saved our hut in here. Right there, hut 2. So you're going to go into the world's Navazine, and you're going to open this prefab XTML. Just open it in a notepad. Then you go down here to the bottom. Oops. And but basically you can just copy the last one, paste it down below, and then enter the changes you want to make. Hit save. Close all of that, and then go back into your game. Because you told it to clear all the regions, it will essentially it does a wall-to-wall wipe map wipe and gets rid of the region files. So, well, what do you know? Now, you notice it wasn't where I was standing. It put it in the, but we had saved a 31 block radius, so it put the southwest corner of that radius where I was standing. So here's our little hut. Yeah. One thing to keep in mind when doing prefabs, don't use secure doors, because once it becomes a prefab, it no longer knows you're the owner and you can't open the doors. But that is basically how you do a prefab. And that is pretty much the basics to converting anything you build in game into a prefab. And that pretty much covers how to use Hal9000's prefab editor in 7 Days to Die. All you guys out there, take it easy. If you liked the stream, please click on favorites, and I will be posting this stream later on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check it out there. Till later, take it easy and keep surviving the 7 Days to Die.